The courtroom was tense, every eye glued to the defendant. He thought he had prepared for every question, every accusation, but then the judge leaned forward slightly, a faint smile playing at the corner of his mouth. "Are you sure you're telling me everything?" The calmness in the judge's voice made the question feel like a trap. Silence fell like a weight. No one moved. No one breathed. In that moment, the defendant realized that the truth he had been hiding would no longer remain hidden. One sentence from the judge could shatter everything he'd worked to protect.
Court calls case of Arbor Woods versus Calvin Jones.
Good,
And Josephine Watson.
good afternoon, Your Honor. Sydney Fontanella, P86316 for the plaintiff.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Judge. Your Honor. How are you?
I'm fine. You gonna yell at me?
No,
Okay.
I had oral surgery Wednesday in my mouth, so I ain't hollering at nobody.
You even not how? Okay. All right, then I can say what I want now.
Yeah.
No.
Well, as long as it's nice.
As long as it's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, where are we on this case?
Your Honor, I had emailed over a ledger for your review yesterday, as well as an email to Miss Watson as well. This is a case where last week we had discussed that we believe the balance had kind of been compounding.
Mm-hmm.
I went through the ledger, I combed through it. There was a credit at the end of March, and then it looks like they were short $60.55 in April, $10 in May, 20.75 in June, 20 cents in July, and then another $9.94 in October. There were late fees that were assessed from April through November as well.
Got it. Do you see that, ma'am?
We have never been late. We've never been short
Well-
$60. And my money order receipts are in the car,
Well, hold on.
of course.
But here's the thing, that was in March, right? March going into April.
So yeah, there was a credit at the end of March of I believe $88 and I think it's 65 cents. That was a credit at the end of March. And then there was a balance at the end of April of $60.55. The rent was not the April rental charges were $904.95, and they only paid $755.75, which left them with the balance of $60.55 due.
Got it.
And then that kind of situation happened for May. They were $10 short. For June, they were $20.75 short. And so on and so forth, as I already had described.
Well, how come I wasn't notified of this? How come we
Well,
weren't
hold on a
notified?
sec. Just hold on a moment.
Yeah,
Did they? I don't know what the complex's policy. Would they have sent a notice to quit for a $60 balance? They probably wouldn't have.
I don't think so, Your Honor. And if I'm being candid with the court, there was some new management that joined back in, I believe, May of this year. And so if there was some sort of communication issue between covering managers from April and May, I think that's kind of how things have kind of gotten kicked down.
How things got up. And
Yeah.
so each of those months, while the balance is minimal, they're accumulating a late fee.
Yes,
Twice a month.
Yes, they've been accumulating late fees for each month as well. Although I will say that there was not a late fee assessed for April.
Okay.
There
That's
was,
what I was.
yeah, there was a $55 late fee assessed for May. And then there's two late fees that were assessed for June. There was a 55 and then a 30. And then I'm looking again. for July 55 and 30, August 55 and 30, September 55 and 30, October 55 and 30, and then same for this month 55 and 30. Your Honor, I don't have a problem if you would like to adjourn this for an in-person bench trial to review in depth. I can also talk to my client about any potential
Yes.
settlement authority as well. If I could, I know that I have Ms. Watson's email address. I would just request that she provide Ann her phone number so that I can get it. And if I'm able to get any settlement ability, then we can discuss between now and the bench trial.
That's what I would like to see happen. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to adjourn it to a trial date, right? In the meantime, it's going to try to get settlement authority for some of this with her client. All right. Now, the only thing I'd say to you is it can't be an all or nothing, right? So from your standpoint, so while you haven't, at some point you were late. The problem that's happened, well, not late. Well,
Sure.
everything wasn't paid. Yes, you were short. You weren't late. And I
Right.
think that's kind of a misnomer. But the problem is that being short, it just compounded. And you're right in certain respects that then you're not notified
Right. I mean,
of, right. I get it. And there are some things in terms of how that kind of thing happens. Do they have to notify you? No, they really don't. But should they have let you try to make? If I looked at your ledger when I was going through it, I said, well, I would have probably reached out to you and said, look, you got this issue here. I mean, I may have let the 1 month pass thinking, okay, something happened. They don't. But then the next month I would have done whatever, irrespective of what might have happened. The thing is that then $85 is popping on each month, and you're paying, but you're again theoretically short because you're not paying. That balance is still there.
Okay.
Okay. So I think this probably the best way to do it is to just set it for a non-jury trial. And then I don't know that anybody would necessarily have to put on any testimony. I mean, I can look at it myself. I'll just skip the final settlement conference, set it for trial, and then I'll make the call on it. All right.
Okay,
I
so
just
who-
need you to know it won't be, even though you weren't told, you still are obligated to potentially pay some of it. Okay. So what date do we have?
December 2nd.
Give me a date after that, because that's right after the holiday. I want to make sure Ms. Fontanella has time to talk to her client. Why don't I set this for December 16th? It's not as though they don't pay.
That's good.
Will that work for you?
That'll work for me. Yeah.
December 16th,
Because Fred has surgery.
2025 at 9 a.m. And he's at work.
Yes.
'Cause
Calvin.
because at the time she stopped yelling at me, he yelled at me about, I'm like, man, I'm just doing my job. So we'll set it for 9 a.m. They'll be in contact with you to see whether or not you get it resolved before you get to that point.
Okay. December
Honor.
16th.
Yes.
Could she just provide Ann with her phone number so that I can have that and Ann can message it?
Oh, okay. And if you can provide a phone number to my clerk, and we have permission to send that over, ma'am,
All right.
to them.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank
Happy
you.
Thanksgiving.
Yes, and happy Thanksgiving to you. Court does call the case of Barbara Woods versus Michelle, is it Perillo? Perillo? I'm pronouncing that all wrong, I know.
Sydney Fontanella.
The air in the courtroom grew heavy, thick thick with anticipation. Every heartbeat echoed like a drum, every whisper of movement magnified. The judge's gaze didn't waver, calm, unwavering, piercing. "Are you certain?" he asked. The defendant's mind raced, his carefully constructed lies threatening to crumble under the weight of that quiet authority. Lawyers exchanged glances, spectators leaned forward, sensing the storm before it hit. The defendant's throat went dry, words failing him. In that single moment, truth and consequence collided. Whatever came next wouldn't just clarify facts, it would decide guilt, innocence, and the life he thought he could control.
Uh-oh. I saw you talk to her on the way. You in cahoots with her? No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
yeah, it's the same.
State your name, ma'am.
Michelle Carrillo.
All right. And you are with her?
Yes, hi, I am Mandy DeBono. I work for the Washtenaw County Health Department as a
Yes.
community health worker.
All right. Thank you. All right. Where are we on this case?
Your Honor, this is a non-payment of rent case. I am showing that there is rent of $803.56, court cost of $186, for a total of $989.56. And Your Honor, just to refresh the court's memory, I believe that this was the case where there was a money order that had been returned NSF for some reason. Miss Matson had contacted our client to find out what happened with that. My understanding is that the scanner that was used, something was wrong with it, and so that payment was applied on October 30th of $741, and then the NSF fee was credited back as of today in the amount of $50. And so that is why I have this total that's currently due and owing.
Why it went down from the last time they were here, because that NSF was credited back. But the amount of the money order that was actually applied to the account.
Yeah, and it looks like after speaking with our client, that was applied on October 30th. It says just payment. There was no notes for us to know that that was the prior money order. And so after diving into it a little more with our client, it was applied on October 30th in the amount of $741. I do believe that Miss Ferrillo did not pay rent for 1 month. I believe it was September. That rent was not paid.
She paid every month on time.
You're
We have all the
Uh-huh.
receipts right here.
So they're indicating that if that's the month, and I don't have a ledger in front of me, but if it's September's the month, they're saying that she paid September.
So I'm looking at the ledger right now, Your Honor, and this may be another situation where we adjourn it to the 16th and for an in-person bench trial, if Your Honor would like. But I show that there was, I misspoke. There was a payment on September 25th of $813. There was no payment in August of this year, is what my ledger reflects.
So you show a payment in September of $813,
Yes, and then there was a
but no payment
for August.
in August of.
August, she paid
Hold on.
$803,
What's the date on that?
$729.25, August rent.
Okay, do you see a payment on 7/29 or thereabouts at the end of July?
I do show that there was a payment on 7/31 of $803.
Is that the one?
That's August rent. Yeah.
Okay, so that was, from their perspective, that was her August rent she was paying.
All right, so I'm looking at this ledger. I'm just going to back it up a little bit. I show as of April 1st, 2025, she was at a zero balance.
April?
Yep.
Wasn't she zero? Okay.
When she was zeroed out. She paid May rent on May 6th, and that was for $741. That looks like that was the one, but it was $9.75 short.
That was 75 short. Okay.
That is also the one that got,
We'll deal with it.
yeah, that was also
Pardon?
that got NSF'd.
Got it.
And so
Okay.
then that
So
wasn't applied until October. To
got it.
yeah.
Okay, so if that's the case and it doesn't get applied till October, I guess my initial question is she accumulating late fees like at $85 each of these months?
Yes.
So I might have to use my fingers here. If I do May, June, July, August, September,
October,
October, 6 months.
7 months.
You were there 7 months. You were there way before I was. At $85 a month, that's and not here. 85 times 7.
Your Honor, it's $595.
$595. So, and she owes, and I
90.
don't know where the 980. Yeah, so then there's about a $400 difference, but that whacks out about 600 if there are no late fees. But
That would bring us down if we just, for argument's sake, took out late fees, that would bring our balance down to about $400-ish. It's $394.56. Your Honor, I would
how
request.
much is her monthly rent?
Looks like it was $677 and then it increased in October to $714. And there is
Okay, so right, go ahead.
and trash.
Okay.